Hey 143 fam, I'm Antonia. Thank you for being here. As I mentioned at the start of the month, I'm going to be giving away 3 free readings this month. 2 readings will be given to YouTube subscribers. 1 reading will be given away via Instagram. If you would like to be considered for a free reading, leave me a comment below your video. Let me know that you have subscribed. On Instagram, you can follow me, UrbanSoulGuru. Leave me a comment, connect with me there. I will notify winners on May 31st. So make sure you keep an eye on my comment back to you at that time because they will not notify winners prior to May 31st. Okay, let's jump in to your mid-month love readings. Hey Taurus, this reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising in Love, May 15th through the end of the month. Taurus in love. Ooh. May 15th through the end of the month. Taurus, are you a little frazzled? I feel like something's distracting you a little bit. Yeah, I kind of get this, like, this could be very good energy for you too, but this very electric energy, but it's almost like a little too fire. You might be dealing with a fire sign right now. Feels very good, but you do feel a little distracted, okay? Make sure you ground that energy. These next 2 weeks, you may find that that energy is a little hard to handle. Make sure that you're not too reactive. Someone may try to get you to react to a situation. They're trying to push buttons. Don't fall into that, okay? But for many of you, this is like very passionate, electric energy, okay? I will say this before I pull cards for you, Taurus. I'm definitely channeling. There's this connection to birthday season. You feel like, or some of you, you're feeling like maybe a little bummed because somebody didn't celebrate you. You wanted to hear from somebody. Maybe they didn't show up. This could be a friend. This doesn't just have to do with love, but it's distracting you from someone in love who did show up for you, who did celebrate you. Maybe somebody went out of their way to do something really kind and really sweet for you. And it may have been a little shocking. It could have been a coworker. I really am getting this energy around work. So someone that you never would have expected would go out of their way for you. That's where you need to direct your energy, okay? Whether it's to love interest, to people that you don't have love interest in, but they were just so kind. There's a connection between that and calling in new love and celebrating current love for you, but especially for singles, pay attention to the people who have celebrated you. For some of you, there's a really legitimate soul partner there for you, okay? So let's get a little bit more clarity on this, Taurus. Taurus in love, May 15th through the end of the month. Wow, okay. 2 cards out. Wow, Taurus, this is beautiful. First out is calling in soulmate. I'm telling you, somebody has showed up for you during your season for your birthday. It may not have been the person you expected to, but somebody did. And they showed you a lot of love. Pay attention to this person. I feel a legitimate soul connection. This is a legit soulmate, but this is somebody who feels like they are meant to stay in your life. Don't miss this, Taurus, especially if you're single. Playful, center of your reading, okay? This could be an air sign for you. Now, what I'm also feeling for you, Taurus, this person could have showed up during birthday season for you, but as we now transition into Gemini season, this relationship may actually develop in Gemini season, okay? So there's definitely this air energy. If it's not an air sign, expect something to come full circle, or at least to jump off, for real. Gemini season, end of May into June, okay? But there's somebody around you. If you're single, it feels like they have already showed up. Somebody you didn't expect celebrated you. It was just kindness. It honestly, for some of you, Taurus, it's just that somebody remembered your birthday and you're like, I don't even remember telling you that. How do you know? They were so excited just to be like, hey, happy birthday. I hope you have a great day. Understand that that did something to their heart. It feels like somebody has feelings for you. Someone you didn't expect. And you may be distracted thinking about that person from the past, that ex, that old friend, that family member who didn't call you, that didn't show up for you. And that may be a little painful for some of you. But I'm telling you, if you can let that go, there's somebody really legit trying to come in. I'm also going to say for those of you in couple relationships, and it's not about calling in a new love interest. This feels like a new friend. This feels like somebody who could be a legitimate friend for you for a very long time, someone who will feel like family, still a soul connection, is still a soulmate, but it's this connection to who celebrated you and how you were celebrated throughout Taurus season. But there's definitely some letting go and forgiving somebody from the past. You feel a little bummed. It just feels like some of you are feeling a little bummed that you didn't hear from somebody. And I'm going to tell you this, Taurus. This person who didn't reach out, it doesn't feel like they were being negligent. It feels like they put a lot of thought into whether or not it was of your highest good and of their highest good. Some people, somebody felt like they were afraid to open that door. They were afraid to make you vulnerable by opening that door. Or it was self-preservation, okay? It wasn't malicious. And universe protected you. There are some people you didn't hear from, and universe just outright was protecting you from that old karma, potentially a toxic relationship starting up again that you know it's time to move on from. So there's definitely forgiveness. Some of you may have a heavy heart, or you're just kind of bothered by it. It just feels like you're overthinking who didn't celebrate you, and spirit is like, yeah, but look at who did. Give them that energy. Transition into this. See it through. You honestly, it could be at work, and maybe somebody has feelings for you, and you're just not feeling the romantic element of that or aspect of that. They too could turn into a really legitimate friend, not just a work friend. Okay? Okay, yeah, I think this is what's happening for some of you. So we have this soulmate, calling in your soulmate, clarified by separation. It does feel like you are still a little caught up on this person and you wanted to hear from them and you didn't. Or maybe you did, but you also haven't been able to get back together. There's somebody new showing up for you for a small percentage. This will be a smaller percentage of Taurus. This soulmate does want to reconnect with you, or you still want to reconnect with them. It just feels like it's up in the air. I don't feel like you're getting the resolution on this. If you guys want to get back together, it doesn't feel like that gets resolved over the next 2 weeks. You may make some headway. You may start talking again, okay? But it doesn't feel like you'll be truly coming back together with this person. And honestly, for many of you, even if you entertain a reconciliation, it just feels like somebody new shows up, and all of a sudden, by the end of May, heading into June, you're like, I want to see this new person. I want to see this out. I want to feel this out. Let's see if there's anything here. I will tell you this. If there is something there, a true soul connection that will turn into a romantic relationship for you, or maybe has the potential, you're going to recognize a lot of chemistry. There's a lot of chemistry between you and this new person. Yeah, playfulness is being clarified. Center of your reading now. Playfulness clarified by letting go of control issues. Honestly, for the majority of you, Taurus, it feels like you're moving on. It feels like you had to go through separation. Maybe somebody was controlling, or somebody just wouldn't allow your relationship to take its natural course. Maybe somebody was rushing into commitment and you weren't ready. It could have been a truly controlling personality here. That could be that fiery energy I was feeling as well. It just felt very, there's passion, but it's kind of scattered. It could be healthy, but maybe not, okay? That there definitely feels like there's an ex. There's someone that you're moving on from now. This soulmate you're calling in, this playful energy. That feels like a new direction. That feels like a new person for the majority of you. For those of you who are in committed relationships, for some of you, this is going to manifest in the form of a friend, okay? Love feels really good, but some friendships around you maybe couldn't handle the love that you have. They weren't supportive. They were a little jealous. Or maybe you just outgrew relationships. Okay, you're in a different phase of life, and that's okay. It could have been very peaceful, but it feels like you're calling in soul friends that will feel like family. It just feels like someone new is showing up for you who's meant to. They're destined. There's true soul connection. So if you're single, don't miss out by being stuck in the past. It does feel like whether it's an old friend or an ex that you had to cut ties with, there still needs to be some forgiveness, and there does still feel like there's healing taking place over the course of the next couple of weeks, okay? So prepare for that, but also recognize the beautiful energy showing up here too for you, Taurus. Okay, totally clear here, right? This is who and what you're resolving, right? The separations, this person may have been a little controlling. You're healing. This is clarified by new love. I'm telling you, this just feels like a new person for you. There's somebody new stepping into your life. It's in love, it's in friendship, it's both. You are being connected to soul family at this time. It could be one person. This could be a group of people. This honestly feels like a person. This feels like somebody who celebrated you. And you know what, Taurus? This is somebody when they show up, if they show up after your birthday, they're finding a way to celebrate you. They're celebrating your brilliance. You may find that they say really beautiful things about you to other coworkers. I'm definitely feeling, even if it feels inappropriate, there's definitely a connection to somebody at work. Somebody you work with or you met through work while you were traveling. Definitely feeling some travel here for you too, Taurus, especially for those of you in committed relationships. I feel like you may be traveling really soon, and it's going to help you rekindle any loss of physical chemistry. I do feel like for those of you in couple relationships, there's been some distance because of work. Okay, so the separation isn't a breakup separation, but it does feel like you haven't been able to spend time with those that you love, with your family, because you're either working too hard, they're working too hard. You may have opposite schedules from somebody. It's time to travel. It's time to disconnect. Go be playful, okay? Don't control where you go. Don't get upset that there's been any sort of disconnect. Let it go. Allow that forgiveness to take place, especially if there have been some issues because of that, okay? If it kind of snowballs a little bit, that disconnect, it's time to heal it. This is why. Oh my God, Taurus. Crowning your reading, it is safe for you to love. Bottom of the deck, true love. So this is who it is for you. This person is not only safe to love, but they love you. It's a gorgeous love. This is a gorgeous relationship. If this shows up in the form of a friend, recognize that Spirit just gifted you more family. If this shows up in the form of a new love for you, this honestly may be the person that you spend the rest of your life with or a very long time with. This feels very solid for you, Taurus. You may not have had this kind of experience before with an ex. And this is why universe was protecting you from someone coming back. It doesn't mean that they were a bad person. I'm not getting a bad person. I do feel some control issues, yes. They feel like a good soul. But it's almost like they were evolved enough to know that it wasn't of your highest good, and that's why they didn't make the call. Try not to get too hung up on that. Easier said than done, I get it. There are somebody showing up right now. It's a different experience for you as long as you can forgive and let go of that person in the past. This will be true for love and new friends coming in. You are very blessed. You are coming out of your season more blessed than how you were going into it, okay? Recognize these blessings. Recognize this abundance. But again, I just come back to this message of who is celebrating you. Somebody is celebrating you, Taurus. Acknowledge who that is. Recognize the love there. Recognize the potential there. Feel it out. If you do nothing else but just feel it out, spend a little time, engage in a little more conversation, do it. I recognize that some of you are still healing and you may not be ready for this new love to show up over these next 2 weeks. Just know that you have the option and the potential is here, especially if you're traveling. For those of you in committed relationships, you need some time away. You need some time out of your physical house. It doesn't feel like enough to just go have a date night and then come home. Really feels like even if you stay in the same town, the same city, just go get an Airbnb. It doesn't have to be a lot of money, but it feels like you need to step out of your current environment to rekindle something. It's very positive. The forgiveness comes through to completion. That feels like something that will resolve fully in the next 2 weeks. If you are still with a partner having an issue, it feels like you get resolution before you head into June, okay? So positive, safe to love, soulmate, true love, playful. Oh my God, this new love, this new person is so good for you. Extend so much love and gratitude for universe for even allowing this energy to manifest and then come full circle in the physical realm. You'll be so much better for it. Okay, Taurus, I love you guys. I hope you had an amazing birthday season. I'm sending you so much love, light, and gratitude. I'll see you back here June 1st for your full month of June reading. In the meantime, if you feel like you need some additional clarity on individual situations, I am still available a little bit longer for personal readings. I'm also available for energy healing. I specialize in energy healing. I'm a shaman. I'm a Reiki master teacher. I do have a little bit more availability throughout the month of May. I am traveling toward the end of May, but reach out to me if you need it, okay? I love you guys so much. I'll see you back here soon. Ciao.